Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Test Chamber. I am hosting today. My name is Tim Turi, and I am joined by Matt Helgeson.
Hey, Tim. Hey, everybody.
Hey, Matt. So thanks for joining me here.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So we're checking out a game called Crypt of the NecroDancer, which has been on early access in Steam for a while, and it's coming out for real this week. And you know, I got some time with the game. I'm the reviewer. And so this is kind of, it starts off, it's a roguelike, but with like rhythm elements.
Yeah, I noticed got a little jive to her step.
Yeah.
His or her step.
Oh, yeah. This is Cadence. So she's like the default protagonist.
Nice.
Usually in this little lobby zone, you have to be in time as well, but I kind of opted out of that. It's an optional thing. Basically, Cadence fell into a crypt looking for her dad or something.
Sure.
Got brought back to life by a NecroDancer.
That makes sense.
I think she needs to move in time just to keep going. That's her thing.
Okay, interesting. So it's like, all right, top-down kind of roguelike dungeon one, but
yes,
you have to move in time to the rhythm.
Yes, and the enemies do too. So I'll show you. It reminds me of like getting ready for a dance circle or something. Like I'm kind of just using this opportunity to kind of get into it.
I've never really gotten ready for a dance circle, to be honest with you, Tim, but I'll trust you.
I don't know what it would look like with me trying to do that either. I can't even like dance at a wedding unless I've been to the bar a couple too many times.
Okay.
Okay, so basically you're seeing like the procedurally generated roguelike area, but I am moving to the beat here, which is indicated as they kind of, you know, it reminds me kind of like
dance kind of.
Yeah, and those tiles on the screen don't really mean anything. It's just to indicate that your multiplier is going strong. So I get more coins since I've stayed.
How are you attacking them?
You just have to move into the space they're occupying.
Oh, okay.
And you want to make sure that they're not moving into your space that you're occupying. That's how you get hurt. Now I'll show you what happens if I try to move out of time. So if I just like jam the button, like you'll just miss it. So it's not an optional thing.
Huh. Just gotta keep your little bop going.
That's right. You gotta keep that bop going. And you get different weapons. So the dagger's the most basic one. The kind of like, you know, chess pieces, they have different, like that one kind of swings off to the side there. It can go around corners, the whip can. There's weapons with wider attacks, ones that reach further. So maybe I can try to get out of here now. Okay. And so even that bomb was exploding to the beat. Like the fuse was running down. And you can also dig through walls here, which just takes, you know, you upgrade, you get a better shovel and stuff like that.
Zelda elements?
Yeah, definitely. There's like bombable walls and stuff. And you have to beat the boss of like, you know, each mini boss. You have to hit that monkey to the beat.
Does it have permadeath?
Yeah, so that's a good question. There is some persistent upgrades. You collect these diamonds that are usually like hidden in the walls. I'll look for some because you miss the shopkeeper, and the shopkeeper's important. But the diamonds are a currency that are used for persistent upgrades. So, hey, max health, or you know, a better coin multiplier or something along those lines. I really want to find the shopkeeper because he's really good for a number of reasons.
You must dig the music. This has got a nice kind of 16-bit vibe to it.
Yeah, you know, it's... Oh, wait, can you hear him?
Oh, wow, that's pretty good.
So that's how...
he's like Opera Man.
Yeah, that's how you know he's nearby.
Adam Sandler character.
Which I really dig. So I'm going to take this tiara, which lets me see enemies. And it turned red, so I know that the song is about to end. But you mentioned the music, Matt. Yeah, it's awesome. It's actually by Denny Baranowski, who did Super Meat Boy. And the other cool thing they did is they included like several other different soundtracks. They're all, I'm not going to make it to the stairs in time, which you're kind of punished by falling through this trap door. So you end up going to the next level, but you have to know when the song's about to end. So yeah, it's by the Meat Boy composer, but there are two other, two different soundtracks. One's another kind of electronic dancey soundtrack. Another one's a metal one.
Yeah, this is very like Lady Gaga kind of.
Yeah, they got some of those pop elements in there. I can see where the shopkeeper is too. That's great. So
a Gaga guy? What's your feeling on Gaga?
Am I Gaga guy?
Are you a Gaga guy? You know, are you
Gaga guy?
Are you into Gaga? Lady Gaga?
I really appreciate her spectacle. I appreciate that she's really going for it, and the world needs, you know, every generation needs its, you know, Madonna, Cyndi Lauper, you know, type.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy that I think she fits that role so well.
Yes.
And her music's very catchy.
Yeah, I find her amusing. I'm glad that she wears all those weird outfits.
Yes.
Do you watch Broad City, that show?
I have not seen Broad City.
It's pretty funny. But there was a good dance sequence to Edge of Glory by Lady Gaga in a recent episode that I watched.
Is that like a Glee type of show?
No, it's it's pretty funny. It's these two women, and they started doing it on I think YouTube or something, and Amy Poehler produced it for Comedy Central.
Okay.
It's one of those kind of surreal new comedies, almost like Workaholics in that zone.
Okay.
You know, it's about just kind of two stoner like women in their mid-20s in New York, kind of ne'er-do-wells, let's say. But it's pretty good.
Maybe I could check that out.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So this is we stumbled upon a little portal here, which is these are like glass items. But you notice you can't really stand still. I have to constantly go back and forth, which is also to the game's detriment sometimes.
I was gonna say like. I'm curious because I like this concept, or it's a novel concept, but then I'm watching you playing and I'm like, is this always fun, or does this get kind of old after a while?
It gets really challenging. So the tricky thing is like, I don't know what this item does, but I can't really stop to investigate it. And if you pause like this, there's no like Rock Band style count off.
That would have been a nice thing.
Yeah, it would have been really nice actually. I don't have my bombs anymore. So that's one thing, and then just the fact that it's procedurally generated, so sometimes you just feel like the odds are completely stacked against you because they are. But it's a solid game. I want to show you some other levels here, and maybe we can check out the other soundtracks.
I have mixed feelings about procedural generation in general. I guess I might as well be a grumpy old man. What a better time for me to be a grumpy old man.
Go for it, Matt.
But I think it's cool, and I dig the the replayability factor in that. But sometimes I feel that a large number of games now are seeding what I view as one of the most important parts of game design, which is level design.
Yeah.
To, sort of randomness.
Yeah.
Which can be good in certain in certain aspects, but sometimes I think there's ways that games can kind of create cool moments and cool, I don't know. Like,
no, I'm picking up what you're laying down. You're talking about you're not like there's fewer crafted experiences.
Yeah.
And I'm just happy that we live in a time where there's plenty of both.
There's plenty of both. I mean, but it's just sometimes, it's like, I guess, but then on the other hand, I guess the Metroidvania games are very popular too, and those are an example of where like the levels themselves are almost puzzles.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So maybe I just appreciate that more.
That's good. I mean, like, so if something like this came along, and that's that is one of the tricky things about it, is sometimes you'll just start a level and you'll have been on a good run, and this is something with roguelikes in general, but this game was a particular tough offender, and a boss will just come crushing through the walls at you right away, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like, I haven't experienced this boss, so I don't know what it's doing. I'm not talking about this guy. I know this guy pretty well.
Yeah. Whoa! He's a big bull.
He always, it's like a minotaur with a harp head that charges at you. Pretty predictable patterns, but yeah, and then you'll just get crushed, and that can be really frustrating. What I want to do is switch soundtracks here. So let's see here. Change soundtrack, and you can change it for each character as well. A Rival is another electronic artist, it's good, but the
Family Jewels. It's funny.
It's good.
good, clever wordplay.
So this is the metal soundtrack. I just restarted the whole dungeon. And the cute thing is, look at the cues on the enemies. Like it's really good. It's a really good metal cover. But look at that skeleton. Like, he raises his hands before he's about to jump. So he has his little kind of dancey thriller cue. The monkey claps. And I showed you a little bit of the monkey, but like when he gets on you, you have to hit in time, otherwise he'll do damage to you. And there's other enemies that get really creative too down the line, like a guard that you'll hit, or a knight you'll hit, and then he kind of parries it and then will jump at you, and so you do this kind of back and forth at almost like this dance routine. So it's a lot of like just circling around each other and getting a feel for one another, for all the enemies, and it does feel really good. Some of my other complaints are that if you look at like how I use items on the left, underneath like the bomb and the dagger I have here, which is I think a vampiric dagger. If I kill 6 more people, I'll get some health back. Is that they have like the default is combinations. They want you to hit like down and left in order to activate an item, and it's really inconsistent.
Okay.
But I get what they're going for, because you can play this game with a DDR dance pad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a good little little nugget.
Yeah, that's how they were demoing it at like PAX and stuff.
Oh, God, this must be really hard.
I can only imagine.
I mean, I was always terrible at Dance Dance Revolution to begin with. I can't even imagine being that coordinated.
I mean, maybe like we don't have a USB dance pad in the office, so I didn't end up checking that out. But in concept, seems like pretty interesting.
Yeah. It sounds interesting for other people that aren't clumsy.
Definitely. And that's the other thing is if you are also not very rhythmically inclined, there are other characters. Some of them are like just gameplay variants. Like Dove is a pacifist, and so you actually just kind of daze enemies and try to avoid them. Or a monk who touching gold actually hurts him, but he gets items for free. And then you have the bard, which is I can just show you real quick. Which is more like classic roguelike.
Got a loot.
He's got a loot, which is cool. But like. Everyone moves when you move, so it's more like classic roguelike, and you can still enjoy the music, which is uniformly awesome, and kind of play the game at your own pace. So if you're intrigued by the concept but don't know if you're really in love with the keeping in rhythm thing, this guy's a good bet. I kind of used him to explore ahead and kind of learn the areas and then come back as a character who...
Whoa, this is chaotic here.
Yeah, so I just wanted to show him off real quick, because like...
I like that guy.
I mean, look at
his loot.
So yeah, you can kind of play that at your own speed. Okay, and then one other thing I want to show you. I'm kind of hopping all over the place here, but there's a lot to see. Is I'll show off the shop. So I already bought all the permanent upgrades, so she's all set. Those are the ones that are persistent. Like,
sure.
And then there's some other ones like I guess maybe I got all hers too. These are like magical item upgrades, like a bracelet that will give you a shield or something like that, and then like weapons and armor upgrades over here. It just increases the likelihood of those items appearing in the world. You have to buy them in order for them to randomly appear.
Sure.
And this janitor can make it so that like, I don't like these scrolls or whatever, so I can make it so they don't appear in the world. But here's a little treat. You can also put your own music in. You can just pop in your own song, whatever you like, and it gets pretty interesting. Let me pump this up a little bit. I put a song in here for the second zone. It's a goodie. See if you can recognize this one, Matt. Trying to find the beat. Yeah?
Oh, wait. What is this? Is this Boogie in Your Butt by Eddie Murphy?
I think it might be Boogie in Your Butt by Eddie Murphy.
Wow, true classic.
Oh, I got smoked. Okay, hold on. Let's give us another shot. Okay.
Boogie in Your Butt. You see, kids, this is a real gem of the early 80s.
Yeah, Wade in the production booth, can you pump it up just a little bit for us, please?
Got it.
Thanks. So you actually just saw there for a second that dragon just busted through a wall and then just smoked me. That will happen.
I forgot about this song. I feel like we've talked about this song before.
I think I have a habit of playing it when we're in the booth at E3.
Boogie in Your Butt? Yeah, I think that was at an E3 when we were all like just crazy tired.
Yeah, just blaring
out of
it.
our minds, yeah.
Blaring it in the E3 booth.
Kept us going.
It did. So this is a whole song about, other things that could be in your butt in addition to Boogie.
And Eddie's,
So this is just an example of all the ludicrous crap you could put in there. I put in like the Warcraft 2 soundtrack. I put in a Metallica song. I put a clock in your butt. I put some Turtles in Time songs in here. Just the sky's the limit. As long as it has like a decently consistent beat, you're good. I don't know. You could play the whole game like this. And if you wanted to make sure, so the level ends when the song ends. So if you want to make sure you could get everything, you could put like a 15, 20-minute cut of Boogie in Your Butt into the game.
Wow. That's, I think it's fair to say that I think video games as an art form has reached their apex at this very moment.
Video games are complete now?
This is the dream that Nolan Bushnell and Ralph Baer had so many years ago.
We finally made it.
Boogie in Your Butt would be in a playable game.
So, all right. The other thing with rhythm that I wanted to show off real quick is there's some clever boss battles as well. This is the you can practice boss battles over here. This one kind of turns the whole gameplay element like
King Konga.
So
sounds like a Punch-Out guy.
It does, doesn't it?
I would have been a good Punch-Out guy. Like guy who played drums for his special attack or something.
And this is an interesting one because it's actually a conga beat and a conga line, so you have to stop. You have to know when to stop.
Oh, wow. It sounds like a weird Space Invaders kind of thing or something.
Yeah, the conga line just follows you, and then...
Oh, wow, okay. Or a Centipede or something.
So I had to, for the first time in my... I accidentally hit the up-tempo thing, so it's kind of like a little trap. So basically what's going on here...
Metal conga.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we're playing the metal version. So I actually had to, for the first time in my life, figure out what a conga beat was like and understand that it was like 7 beats in a row and then stop. And then they all stop too. And he'll eventually come down and attack, I think.
Uh-oh. King Kong is not...
Nope, he's not into it.
Not happy.
And obviously, usually you'd be fighting a boss towards the end of a run, and then he wouldn't be as, you'd have better weapons and items. Okay. So that's King Konga. Every zone ends with a boss encounter like that. But there's also a local co-op mode. So I guess we could try this real quick and try out the other music. Maybe we could switch over real quick. Last thing we do here is switch to, what is this? The A-Rival soundtrack. And I think you're just going to be using WASD.
Okay.
So
let's try this.
This is kind of, we're going to set up the keyboard here. So I'm Cadence with the blue hat there.
Yeah, looks like WSD. I'm good.
You got it? Okay. So let's go into zone 1 and just kind of find our rhythm here. And our multiplayer also feeds off, our multiplier feeds off of each other. And your items can be seen, very small icons now. And, like down and left will drop your bomb when you hit those together. Really inconsistent. Try not to hit up and down at the same time because that throws throws some of your weapons, which can be really frustrating. Let's venture forth. Okay. So this is the other soundtrack. They're all the same songs, but just different arrangements. And you can also dig through walls. Matt, you got rhythm so far.
Yeah, I'm doing all right in the beat and moving.
I'll go right.
Guys.
And you can create a little song for yourself to kind of to keep it in mind. You're doing much better than Jeff Marchiafava did with me. He was not great. Jeff was...
Actually, I would say it makes more sense now that I'm playing it.
Right.
It looked more, just more mystifying when I was just watching.
Yeah, it's something you kind of get your hands on to kind of understand it, but it does work. It was really uneven for me, but when it works, it really works. And the music's great. I ended up giving the game an 8 out of 10. So people can, it's out.
Actually, this is fun.
It's out of early access now, so people can get the final version. Do you think you
go up there?
Are you interested in checking this out more? You think?
Well, yeah. This is.
And then
Three.
The songs vary. They're not always crazy, so crazy dancey, but we can buy armor. If you want to buy an apple, you can buy an apple. And then I think you have to hit up and left at the same time to use it.
Okay.
But you have to use the item in time as well.
Huh.
So see if you can get it to work up and left simultaneously. I guess it'd be W and there you go. You got it. So, and there's a map in the lower right that you can use to kind of see where we're going. Oh, this is the exit. It'd be great if we could make it through one. The bat's the big bad here. So watch out for him. Make sure he doesn't move into your slot. Nice.
I'm gonna go in here.
Yeah, that's it.
Sweet.
So I think, also there's hidden diamonds in the wall, so keep an eye out for those. But I feel like that's a pretty good look at Crypt of the NecroDancer.
Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah, it's a cool game, really cool concept.
Oh, I just dropped a bomb on you. Sorry, bro.
I get it. No, I understand where your loyalties lie.
Hey, whoa.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. If you like music games and good music and dungeon crawling roguelikes and kind of want to see a weird fusion of them all, check it out. So yeah, it's only on PC, but check it out. Let us know what you think. Otherwise, thanks for watching another episode of Test Chamber. See you later, Matt.
See you.